What's up, YouTube? This is Vicente Gonzalez back with another Fantasy Stardom Sit-em. Week 1 is now in the books. Now it's Week 2. So here's my Week 2 Stardom Sit-em. At quarterback, I say start Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, Ben Roethlisberger, Alex Smith, and Phillip Rivers, and sit Mitch Trubisky, Eli Manning, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Deshaun Watson, and Tom Brady. Dude, Patrick Mahomes lit it up. It was so cool watching that rookie. Well, he's not a rookie. He's actually a second year. But this is his first year running the offense. It was cool seeing him do really well. You know, he has Tyreek Hill, he has Kareem Hunt around him. He has just so many weapons, and it made it easy. So I like him. I think he's a weekly starter for now. Also starting this week is Phillip Rivers, because that Buffalo defense didn't look like it could stop like a middle school offense. It was crazy. So I like Phillip Rivers this week. I say sit Mitch Trubisky. Now, he looked pretty good, actually. At least in that first half, he looked good. But I don't think he's going to be very good against Seattle. I just say if he continues to be consistent, then pick him up, start him, but I don't like him right now. The same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, that dude lit it up last week. Like, he was probably the best. He was the best fantasy quarterback last week. But against Philly, it's a little different. I think that he's going to struggle a little more. I think they're going to kind of really blitz him. So, because they don't really have a run game. They have Peyton Barber, but I mean, that's it. And Deshaun Watson. I don't like Deshaun Watson this week because he didn't do well last week. I mean, he did kind of okay, but I think against Tennessee, he's going to struggle. Just like they made Miami kind of struggle near the end. So, yeah. Oh, and Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady, you can't sit Tom Brady. He's a really good quarterback. But against Jacksonville, the thing I'm worried about is Tom Brady doesn't really have a good passer, or not a catcher, besides Gronk. So I feel like he's going to struggle to move the ball a little more this week. They're going to have to maybe do a lot of outside the backfield with James White. So I just think, you can maybe do better. Running backs, I say start Adrian Peterson, Isaiah Correll, Chris Thompson, James Conner, Joe Mixon, and T.J. Yeldon if Fournette is hurt. And sit Kerryon Johnson, Marshawn Lynch, Devontae Freeman, Jordan Howard, and David Johnson. Adrian Peterson looked really good last week, and I think you got to keep him rolling, especially against Indy, who they're just like running lanes like the size of trucks out there. So, and the same thing with Chris Thompson. I learned an interesting fact about Chris Thompson. That guy actually averages over his career more than 5 yards per touch, or maybe I think it was 8 yards per touch and 5 yards per run. Point is he's really good. He is consistently good. Put him in too. And James Conner. That guy is feeling it really well for Le'Veon Bell, making Pittsburgh not really feel like they need to sign him. So I think Conner is a wonderful pickup and a really good start this week. I think that is going to be a really high-scoring game. And I say sit Marshawn Lynch because I think he's actually hurt right now. They took him out last week, and he does this thing where he starts off really good and he runs like old Marshawn, and then they take him out of the game. I don't like it. Plus, that Oakland offense is stuttering anyway, so I don't like Marshawn this week. And Devontae Freeman, that guy didn't get as many touches as I would have liked, and I know he got hurt. And I would really say, even though I know you probably invested a first rounder, early second rounder on him, I would hold on to him or hold off on starting him because that's a little concerning for me. And David Johnson, he's good. You got to start him. He's one of those top 5 picks, but he has not been. He didn't do good last week. He got hurt, I think, as well, and just didn't have any opportunities. Sam Bradford's not the good quarterback. He can't run the offense very well, and that's hurting David Johnson, not letting him live up to his full potential. So be wary with David Johnson. At wide receiver, I say start Tyreek Hill, Emmanuel Sanders, Kenny Stills, Adam Thielen, Nelson Aguilar, and Devontae Adams, and sit Chris Hogan. Dallas receivers, Oakland receivers, Keenan Allen, and Pierre Garcon. Tyreek Hill is amazing. He can just flat out fly. And he's got to be a weekly starter from now on. There's no... But, I mean, he may have that one game where he gets like 1 catch or 2 catches for a few yards, but he's just a big play machine. If he gets that open space, he's gone. No one can catch that guy. So I like him weekly from now on. The same thing with Emmanuel Sanders. That dude had a really good connection with Case Keenum. So Emmanuel's the one to start in that offense. And Adam Thielen, that dude's all about the targets. He gets like 10 targets a game. Last season, now he's starting off good this season. So keep him going, especially against Green Bay, where if Aaron Rodgers starts, it's probably going to be a lot of throwing. And I would say sit Chris Hogan. He's just not that good. I know he's the number 1 there, but he's not used to being number 1. I think he's used to being like a slot guy, and it doesn't fit him well. And Jacksonville's a good defense, so that's not a good start there. And Dallas receivers, and both of those offenses were trash. They were just straight garbage. I don't like it at all. The quarterbacks are making a lot of mistakes, and I don't recommend it. Not until they change, at least. And Keenan Allen looked good as always. And Pierre Garcon, I think Marquise Goodwin got hurt. And Pierre's now the number 1. And when you're number 1, you might want to throw a flyer in there for him. So, but this week, you just don't know. Tight ends, I say Jordan Reed. Start Jordan Reed, Jared Cook, Jack Doyle, Kyle Rudolph, Travis Kelce, and sit Will Dissly, David Njoku, Jimmy Graham, Jonnu Smith, and Antonio Gates. Jordan Reed, I was laughing because my dad has him in a fantasy league, and he did really good. He looked like the old Jordan Reed, but like as soon as he like trips on a peanut or something, he's gonna be out for the rest of the season. So start him while you have him. He's a good tight end, but just remember he's an injury risk. Kyle Rudolph, I like Kyle Rudolph this week. I think they're gonna have to throw a little more than they did last week. The thing that scares me about Kyle Rudolph is I think he had just like one catch, and it was a touchdown. So he's totally touchdown dependent, but I like it this week. And Travis Kelce, don't worry about last week. I know he had a really bad week, but I think he'll do better this week. And sit Will Dissly, he was awesome. He had over 100 yards receiving for Seattle, and he had a really long touchdown. He did amazing, but he's still second on the depth chart. So just pick him up for sure, but maybe hold off on starting him. Hopefully you have a better option. And Jonnu Smith, the reason I say Jonnu Smith is he's now the #1 tight end in Tennessee now that Delanie Walker got hurt. Wait till you see what he does. I don't know if he's going to be any good. And Marcus Mariota's hurt too. That offense is non-existent without Mariota. It's not like it was very existent with him to begin with. And defenses, I say start LA Rams, Chicago Bears, LA Chargers, New York Jets, and Denver Broncos, and sit the Buffalo Bills, Indianapolis Colts, Arizona Cardinals, Philadelphia Eagles, and Jacksonville Jaguars. The Rams are going to have a field day against Arizona, who couldn't move the ball at all last week. And the Jets, I believe in the Jets defense now. I don't think last week was a fluke. I don't. Stafford did suck, but, you don't just suck. Like, they had a game plan going in there, and the Jets screwed them, and that's a good thing that they were able to do that. So I like the Jets this week against Miami, against Ryan Tannehill, who had an okay week last week, but I don't think he's going to have as good a week this week. I say sit the Colts versus Washington because Alex Smith is really good, at least so far, and Adrian Peterson's rolling. So don't start Indianapolis at all. And I say sit the Jacksonville Jaguars against the New England Patriots. Now, I know I said Tom Brady's going to struggle, but he's still Tom Brady, and he might pull some magic, so I don't trust it. Well, anyways, that's all for this week. Please like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and have a good fantasy week.